All right, so I'm back. Um, cool. So I've been absent for like a week. What I've been doing essentially is I was just trying to build the entire pipeline. I was kind of sick, still recovering. It's hard to breathe a little bit, but that's fine. I guess I'm much better than I was before, like the last week. So what I did actually during that week is um, I actually build those skills essentially to convert a stream into a long form video. But there is a problem currently is that the output, like the quality of the video, is really really bad. Like for example, you can see that here, like yeah, I guess I need to show a little bit early. So like in the very beginning, it shows me full screen, right, and then it shows me on the side with me explaining things. Then it disappears, appears again. But I guess I can fix that. That's not that big of a deal. The most important problem is that it sometimes cuts off, like completely, cuts off the video completely. So, like, the quality is really, really bad. And I thought, I actually started, I'll show you. So I have Claude here. I started researching I wasn't really researching market opportunity, but I was researching like what are currently what is currently available, right? So I found out that those platforms that actually provide this value that I was trying to build cost like crazy amount of money, and I thought it isn't worth it. So like no, definitely like hiring a person would cost a lot. With jobs, $500. Definitely not. For 4 videos, it's like $100 a video. And with the cloud code doing everything, it costs like less than $5 once you have all the descriptions for all the frames and stuff like that. Um, yeah, so that's essentially what I had. I had like a stream, right? Stream consists of camera, stream consists mm, of audio, and the screen recording, right? And essentially what it does, it chops everything into frames, and then it analyzes every frame. It checks what was happening on the frame. Then it also has a transcript for every word. I can see that it is not not accurate at all. Or maybe it is accurate, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Then it creates a timeline, like a big file of a timeline. You can see, right, that it is 20,000 lines. That's a lot. And then the AI produces the EDL, which is a short abbreviation for edit instructions or something. And then yeah, so it goes through all the files that were already prepared and transcribed and analyzed, and tries to put together a plan of how the final video is going to look like. But while I was testing this, the AI wasn't able to produce um, any kind of quality results. So I was just like a little bit not depressed, but I was like in turmoil, I guess. I didn't know what to do. I was like, what am I gonna do? I was started researching what platforms exist, and I started researching. Well, I didn't research anything. AI did everything for me, right? But then I started researching the like short form content. Apparently, there are a lot of tools for that. With the most famous one being that one. Then there's but it also doesn't cost much, right? I was like, okay, if it costs $30 for how many 300 minutes of whatever it is, I'm not sure what that is, then well, I guess that's completely fine. So I wouldn't even need to build the entire pipeline myself. I hope they have some kind of API that I can integrate with, and for $30 a month, that is completely fine with me. So I wouldn't even need to build anything myself. So then I actually went and just started drafting how I expect the platform to look like. I've been I was trying to use Cloud Design, the one that came out like a couple days ago. You cannot see my prompt because I essentially pasted it from Whisper, but it was quite a lengthy one. It one-shotted this thing, and then a couple iterations, I was able to finalize everything. So essentially, that's how, like, I want to build a platform that I'm going to use on a daily basis. A platform that will actually help me scale my entire, like, not life, I cannot say life, but it will help me scale everything that I do in my life. For example, throughout my entire career, I've built like a programming language, right? dlang.io. I built it. I'm kind of curious if you. I don't think you'll be able to install it, but so I built that. Then I built figform.com as well. Like, that is a giant service for forums. I mean, giant from the perspective that I put a lot of effort in it. There's like 1,000 hours at least. A lot of articles comparing with different form builders, and it is also not just like a form builder that you would expect to use. I mean, the one that you would be familiar with. It actually allows you completely building everything from scratch, like any form that you can actually imagine, right? So that's where I spend a lot of time. And currently, what I discovered is that it actually costs like $80 a month to run this thing, to run Figform. So I thought it isn't actually worth it from the management perspective. So I thought, one of the tasks for me would be, once I run out of credits on the AWS side, I will actually have to convert the entire project into Vercel, or maybe not Vercel, maybe something like on a VPS, so I can run it on a $20 VPS and have it completely working. But that's another thing, right? Is that I don't really want to be like, I'm not just lazy, I'm demotivated to touch it at this point. I mean, it is quite a valuable product, but unfortunately nobody was using it. And I've spent a year building it, right? 20 days ago it was a year. But I actually spent, I think, 10 months, not a year, building it. There are still a lot of features. You can see the price in here. Even for $20 a month, nobody wanted to use it. It's just crazy to me. So I thought, you know what? I would actually scrape that idea and build something that would gather the audience around me, and yeah, kind of like that. So that was Figform, right? And then I discovered that I need something that would actually help me, something that I would use myself, because Figform, yes, it is quite a good service, but I wouldn't use it myself, right? Because I don't build any forms currently. I'm not in a business for marketing or professional forms, so I don't need that. Then for DLang, the same thing. I would love to use it, but my clients are hesitant to be using it, and as such I cannot bring it to the projects that I work on, because those projects require high throughput, and like the land wasn't built for that, especially taking into account that it is a compilable programming language. So yeah, kind of like that. All right. Okay. So I tried with cloud design, laying out like the entire workflow, the entire like idea that I have. It did quite a decent job at coming up with things like how it is gonna look like and stuff like that. But unfortunately, um, I'm not sure like what I'm not sure what I'll do next with it. That's like the main problem. Yeah, like I know that like also I tried like comments. I'm not sure. I guess comments are not whatever I need to like. It's just really bad. I don't understand why comments even exist. Edit, from the other hand, looks good. I guess I didn't use it actually, but I didn't use it yet. Draw is a complete garbage. Maybe I used it wrong, but like I did it like that. Here, I basically crossed that section and it did nothing. I was like, okay, what's the point then? So okay. But the main thing is that I want to build like three pillars. I'll start first with the free content. I'll start first with X, with threads, Substack, and stuff like that. What I want to achieve is I want to upload the clip here, or well, the stream, and I want the system to analyze it. And it's so strange. Like I've been I've been laying around for like entire day, and then I start streaming and I start yawning like crazy. I don't know what is happening, but I want this system to extract everything from that Twitch stream, and I want it to create posts for me. That's pretty much it. And then I actually want to be able to edit the post, right? And besides that, I want to be able to schedule it, right? So schedule is going to be looking like that. So I can see that I have this scheduled, right? There would be many more, but I guess the main point here would be how many posts do I have scheduled. And posts would go out into different on a different platforms. Right. The design I want to use is something really minimalistic. Like I've been so fed up with designs of like I've been trying to come up with really revolutionary designs, and then by the end of the day I didn't build anything. It just demotivated me because there's so much work to be done. Like for example, if I open one of the Figma files that I have, like for example, the design is looking just crazy, right? It is looking really good, polished, accurate, I don't know, minimalistic as well. But at the same time, I was like, okay, well, it looks really good, but it is gonna take so much time to build it. And I mean, back then, when it was in 2023, when AI wasn't that popular, at least we didn't use that much. We didn't use it that much for building things. Nowadays, everything changed. So that's what I want to do is, and I also learned that there are like skills, essentially skills that you have an idea, you can, yeah. So what I learned is that there are like platforms. Let's do like that. Okay. So what I learned is that there are not platforms but skills like GStack or superpowers, right? And I want to build something like that myself. I want to um, create a skill that is going to take my thoughts and take the underlying platform or underlying foundation that I'm going to prepare, and it actually is going to create like the PRD, which is a short abbreviation for product requirements document, then send it this PRD to a technical analysis skill, or well, to so if we're talking about roles, that would be business analyst sending requirements to technical architect or solutions architect, right? And then this will go to a developer or well implementation skill, and then there would be code review, there would be security review, and then it will be just merging everything without me. I want to be really out of this process. I want to build a platform, I want to use it, I want to efficiently use AI to build it, essentially, right? That's my goal. Because people currently like, yeah, let's add that, let's add this, we're adding a lot of different things to our code base, wipe coders, people who don't actually understand how code is working. I want to avoid that. I know that you can actually use AI to build things efficiently and without actually having any kind of security concerns. All right, so that was a lot of talking. I'll then start implementing it. So I have my Cloud Code opened in my code base. The code base is completely empty right now. Okay. So let's do like this. Let's prompt AI to create a turbo repo, mono repo, and initialize a web package with the Next.js, latest version of Next.js with Tailwind TypeScript, and then initialize API package app with Express.js. Make sure there are packages for TypeScript config, shared package for validators and stuff like DTOs, and UI package for UI components. Ask any clarifying questions. Actually, I forgot I need to set the effort to max, and then let's send it. Because I don't want to be wasting my time. Okay. Meanwhile, I want to export that. So I'll just use that prompt. Interesting. Okay. Somewhere should the mono repo be created? Directly inside of this, our package manager, PNPM, de facto standard for turbo repo. Really? I didn't know that. Fast, disk efficient, first class workspace support. Let's go with PNPM, I guess. I don't have PNPM. I guess I have to install it first. Wow. I didn't expect the instructions to be for Windows. If you don't have curl, other systems without curl, I think you are more likely to have curl than wget. Okay. Okay, next configure changes were made. Export path. Okay. To start using npm run source. Okay, whatever. pnpm. Okay, it's working. pnpm. I just installed it. Okay, validators. Zod, of course. UI style. That's what I actually was researching in the first tab. So, hold up. That's the wrong one. Yeah, here I was researching best TypeScript libraries. I want to see what is currently the best TypeScript library for React. 10th stack table is a... Wait, it's headless data tables. What did you research? Okay, Shadcyan, okay, headless UI. I've been using headless UI before. I guess I'll just go with it. The React area components. Let's see, base UI. I want to just check it first myself. See which ones I like more. Redux I remember. I actually remember that. Give me GitHub link to every library, excluding 10 stack table. Oh, you can create Shadcyan. I mean, you can use Shadcyan using base UI. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay, so okay, let's open that this way then. So that's not needed anymore. That one, Redux, themes. I don't need themes. I'm pretty sure that, yeah. Wait, is arc repeated twice? Oh, they both from Chakra UI. Okay. So arc I don't like. 50, okay. Base UI 10,000 10,000 stars. I want to see how it actually looks like. Wow, that's looking cool. Wow. In like a month, it skyrocketed. So it started in December. Wow, that's crazy. I know that Redux UI existed for years now. React Spectrum, I just don't like anything that is related to Adobe. Because they want a lot of money. Alright, and headless UI is also something I used in the past, and it was quite good. So, actually I forgot about it. But I want to see how... Oh, Aaron? Aaron. Why is there like apostrophe or whatever? Okay, so made for the makers. Paper, GitHub, that, Unsplash. Can you show me the components? It kind of looks basic. I guess that's because it doesn't have any styling, right? I mean, it kind of looks like Bootstrap, honestly. Let's see the input. I mean, how is that even different from headless UI? Let's see the primitives for Radix. I know that initially Shetcyan was based on Radix. Okay, so I think base UI is the one created by MUI. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's solid, actually. Okay, so I guess I can close that now. And what do I need actually? Let's see. I guess I'll just go with base UI for now. I wonder how does it connect with the documentation. That's solid. Okay, then I guess I will go with base UI. So that's one question solved. Base UI plus Tailwind. Okay, let's go with that. Then I'll need another chat. Oh, I already have one. Is demo equal true? Cloud. Okay. So essentially the next logical thing for me to work on is to create a another skill, and that skill is going to use it's going to use it's going to collect any thoughts that I have, and it is going to ask any questions to better map out and understand the feature that I want to build, and wrap it up in nicely into a product requirements document or any kind of acceptance criteria or whatever, and have it transferred to the development team. We can call it like that. So create a cloud skill. The skill is going to use the skill will be responsible for taking out any notes or any thoughts that I have or any changes that I want to implement to the code base, which is going to be an Next.js application or with Express.js and wrapped up into a Turbo repo. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is that the skill needs to act as a business analyst, essentially collecting any thoughts from me. I'm a client, let's imagine, and it needs to transform it into a user story, an implementable user story that is going to be used by the development team. Ask me any clarifying questions, and first of all, research how the skills are created in Claude currently in April 2026. The reason why I actually added this is because it's not getting things right the first time, unfortunately. And I forgot to set effort max. Is there a way to set Cloud Code effort to max by default? Give concise answer. Kind of curious what the output is going to look like. Running. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so this researching how everything is working. Okay. Oh, so that's nice. I can just, wow, that's cool. So I can just like modify the RC file, right? So we have npm, we have Android crap, we have Java crap, and we have that, and then we have is demo equal true. Okay, so that way it's gonna always be cool. I didn't know that actually. That's interesting. So even if you have effort set to max, sometimes it could actually skip thinking part because adaptive thinking is always on. Wow, that's cool. So you just have to disable it otherwise. Like if you wanna max effort. Okay, let's disable that. All right, so that's done. What else do we have? Oh, it has no effect on 4.7 model. Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Okay. It's asking me some things I'm not aware of. Like I know they invest, whatever it is. I'm not sure what Gherkin AC is. Job story. Wow, there's so many different frameworks. Oh my god. How do I know which one to pick? Let's go with invest. I know that's the one we were using before, so I guess it is gonna be fine. Okay, markdown file in the report. Skill writes to. Oh, where it is gonna write to? That's good. Open a GitHub issue. Actually like that. I like that actually. So like on GitHub, it's gonna open a like a GitHub issue. But I have GitHub set up. And how's it gonna know what repository to use? Maybe just a file so that it's more convenient. Skill outputs the story to the conversation. You copy paste into Jira linear. So actually I think the simplest one is just print in chat. I think like it doesn't need it doesn't need to assume any tech stack. That will be a responsibility of a solutions architect. Okay, so then how deep should the business analyst interview go before producing a story? Adaptive, short for small tasks, deep for big ones. Okay, always thorough, full business analyst pass. Okay, adaptive sounds good. Submit answers. Oh my god, I forgot. I forgot to allow editing part. Okay, so that is no longer needed, but okay, I'll leave it here. Okay, so exciting. We initialize the repository. I also actually need to create it first. New repository under Dallas. I'll just call it like I don't know what I am gonna call it. I don't know. Not sure. Can I leave it empty? This would be nice. I'll create this private for now. Completely empty. Like I don't know what name I can use. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it A for now. I have no idea how to call it. Okay, so I'm gonna initialize git first, git init, and then I'm gonna add the remote here. I know it's gonna fail, but that's fine. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so that one is here. I mean, it would be so nice to like create feature requests or bugs. Damn, it would be so nice. But I guess that can happen in the future. It's not needed for now. Okay, so the skill was created, and where exactly it was created? I cannot see it. Oh shit. Move the skill to this repository. Why in the world did it create the skill inside of Did I even tell it to create it here? I don't think so. Okay. So let's see, what does it look like? Why does it is not supported by VS Code agents? Whatever. Okay, non-negotiable, stack agnostic, do not propose or reference implementation details, no frameworks, libraries, databases, file paths. Okay, one question at a time. No, actually, let's actually change the instructions to ask all questions that the agent has like in one iteration. There is no need to ask like one question per iteration, and then repeat it until no questions left. Okay, so git ignore and next turbo. Okay, did it finish? No, expert path 10 p.m. Okay. Oh, why is it taking so long? I just understood that actually would be nice to have the skill keep the memory of what and how the platform is actually working right now. Is there a way of having actually no. I'll create a later file later.md. So put inside of the memory.md file local memory.md file information of what was implemented and what how the platform is currently working. Okay, so that's that. Let's see. All right, so flow, we're gonna we will have an intake, then judge scope, then reflect back. I mean, those really like examples are not needed, I guess. Draft the story. I mean, it knows already how to draft a story. I don't think those examples are needed, especially like forcing it. Okay, I guess that's fine. Okay, so that sounds good. So that's the first skill down. Then I'll need the rest of the skills. What is it like doing, bro? It cannot get the build done. What the hell? Okay, so that was the first skill. Then the second skill, which would be the logical skill, is to so annoying that it is interrupted right now. That's what I call in whatever. Yeah, so actually I changed my mind. Let's write to docs/requirements.md. So the skill should actually output any data to requirements.md. And I just figured out that the answers are really long, so I'll need a new skill called caveman. Come on, bro, like what? Here we go. So that's the one I'll need. Okay, I don't need that actually. Okay, skills lock is also not needed. All right, so while that is changing, so the skill is installed. My god, what is happening? Like, I don't know. Okay. Now let's create another skill. This specific skill is going to act as a solutions architect. They will be producing a a solution, like an architecture for this specific feature. Again, sometimes it could be a small change, sometimes it could be a giant feature. So it needs to be able to map out correctly everything from their technical perspective, including the database schemas, including the design, pages, API endpoints, and stuff like that. It should always read the requirements.md and produce a architecture.md. And it should also comply to a architecture template.md. I'll provide it later. It should always read that file first and then produce the final result. And again, that's a solutions architect, so in case they don't have any information, like, or maybe some information is ambiguous, okay, I actually figured out that this is needed for later to.md, right? So for now that's not needed. Okay, so now let's create another skill. That skill will be a business analyst, but it will be used to make changes to already existing requirements. What I mean is that business analyst skill provided the requirements document, but there are some things that I might have remembered, or there are some things that are missing. So it should accept, like, it does not need to accept anything. It should read the fresh copy of the requirements document, and then it should also read another file called requirements changes.md, and apply those changes in place to the requirements document. It's so interesting that this one already consumed 6% of the context. What is going on here? And this one consumed like 92%, but at the same time, the first skill created like one file, and the second skill created the entire code base. That's so interesting. Oh, I think that's like tests, right? Just testing. It's interesting that it actually even produced the health endpoint. Why would I need health endpoint though? I'm not sure. I mean, I know where you would typically need that, but I'm not sure right now but where I would need that. Okay. And again, I don't want to be doing any code reviews. I want the AI agents to do everything for me. So I'll need a code review agent. Let's say so code review agent, then security review agent. Oh, the design agent, I guess, is gonna be needed as well. I'm not sure, like, it's not agent, it's skill. The same actually for those as well. But I'm kind of curious how the design skill is gonna integrate actually. Then development skill. It also needs to be covered with tests, both with the end-to-end tests and with the I don't like that at all. Like, this is such an anti-pattern that inside of the root you actually declare the controller, and somewhere it even has like the service layer inside of just one. Nah, that's not gonna work. I'm just thinking, like, how can I improve that? Well, with the components, it is quite straightforward. There's no globals. Oh yeah, there it is. With components, it's quite straightforward. You just create components, I guess. With API, though, it needs to be different layers. Alright, so while it is cooking, I mean, like, for it to actually work fine, it's like gonna take so many iterations from this specific point. But I guess I'll have to take them. Like, also, this output is catastrophically long. 10% already used. Okay, so let's see. I definitely need to split. Let's add this split into service, controller, layers, packages, shared SRC schemas. ZOD instructions are outdated. Like, yeah, it needs to fetch latest instructions. Then cover with tests, with unit tests. Shared, well, shared is just the schemas, right? Constants. Oh, it's not constants, it's classes. But anyway, API and cover with iterate tests app. Then rate limiters for sure. Okay, and I'll need to stop those skills because they are using a lot of context. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, I also will need rules for like shared rules first of all, then front end rules, front and back end rules. Okay, there's just Node React library. Why isn't it just React? But okay, I guess that's fine. Is Turbo actually okay? Actually, I want to see how it looks right now. Okay, well, it's kind of looking booga but I guess that's what we'll start with, and then we will improve it, I guess. Why it says like cannot find module? Are there like any in? So there are no any. That's interesting. Okay, then ESLint. There's no ESLint. Okay, so that's fine. Because I also don't wanna have that. I don't like care how the code actually looks like from this perspective. I don't want to limit agents in any way, so whatever they produce is fine with me, but the only thing I want is to avoid having any types, because that's essentially breaking the rules of having the TypeScript in the code base. Alright, I wanted to check the base, so it is which version it is. I guess it's 5th, right? Almost can see it. Yeah, it's 5th. So yeah, I guess that's fine. I didn't need 6th anyway, so that's fine. Alright. Yeah, so then I'll continue with adding more and more stuff to it. Essentially with essentially adding these things, trying maybe on one feature, seeing how it goes, and hopefully tomorrow, maybe like on Thursday, I'll be doing more renovations around that repository. But essentially that's where I wanna that's where I will finish for now. I'll still work today behind the scenes, but yeah, exciting that the progress has been made and that I finally started on that project. I wanna like automate everything with the AI agents, the review, the implementation part, and stuff like that. I'll occasionally check the code, test everything myself, but the most important is that agents will be doing the heavy lifting on that part.